and I applied for nursing and spent a year of general nursing at the Gosford City Hospital. And that was in the days when you were put onto the wards every quarter. And I was put onto the children's ward, which I found particularly difficult because the children were mainly diabetics. And of course, it's extremely difficult for diabetic children to deal with a diabetic diet. And sometimes they would be quite naughty. And I was sent to the male surgical ward, and men are difficult patients, enough said. And then I was sent to the female surgical ward. Yes, I dealt with two particular cases that I found painful. One was where women were undergoing a mastectomy, so losing a breast. And in those days, the incision was right down the back. It was difficult to see a woman sit on the bed and crying the loss of her breast. And a wonderful patient who was suffering with bowel cancer. Through her, I came to love her and to love her family. I realized that sometimes doctors give you hope where there's no hope. And also there are doctors who are kind and compassionate and others who are brutal. And dealing with patients who have bowel cancer is very difficult. And when she passed away, I missed her dreadfully, and I've never, ever forgotten her. Diet is important. Make sure your diet is healthy. That's critical. And at the weekends, I worked for nursing homes. And of course, in Australia, nursing homes are privatised. So it was often difficult for me to hear an older man who was blind say, "Nurse, I'd love another tomato." And for the head of nursing to say, "No, only one tomato per patient." And for me, that was difficult. Anyway, the wages in nursing were very low. They still are. We should pay teachers and nurses at the high end because they're at the front line. So I was really forced to go back into the legal profession where the wages were much higher, as I had a son to support. But I missed nursing, and I cared very much for my patients. I learned a lot which helped me bring up my children, and I really appreciated the sisters on the ward who taught me how to make a bed properly with hospital crosses. In those days they were very, very particular, and so they should be. So that's a time in my life I will never ever forget, and for which I'm enormously grateful.